Our first session will be chaired by Julio Celis from the Danish Cancer Society Research Center in Copenhagen, Denmark. Julio, I ask you to introduce your distinguished speakers. Please go ahead.
Thanks very much, President. There will be 5 introductory talks in this session, and given the tight schedule, I would suggest that we leave the question until we have read all the presentation. Saying that, I would like to call the first speaker, Commissioner Mariya Gabriel, who is going to talk about the mission on cancer. Mariya.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence, dear President of Pontifical Academy of Science, dear President of European Academy of Cancer Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, it is a great honor for me to be here with you today. But I would like to start by warmly thanking the Pontifical Academy of Sciences and the European Academy of Cancer Sciences for organizing this important event and bringing together this high-level group of cancer specialists. I think that this is already the very first message of this conference, that only together we can shape, we can find solutions, and we can beat cancer. I will start with some numbers concerning the European Union. Every year, around 2.7 million people living in the European Union are diagnosed with cancer, and nearly half of them, 1.3 million, are dying from the disease annually. Unless we all take decisive action, cancer cases are set to increase by 24% by 2035, making it the leading cause of death in the European Union. Now, we all agree, everyone should have the same right, high quality care, diagnosis and treatment, the same access to medicines, and the same hope of survival, regardless of where they live. However, today inequalities, President, you said it very clearly, still exist in the European Union. For example, the statistics shows that the survival rates following different treatment of different cancers vary by 20% between countries. But as His Holiness Pope Francis said, new technologies have made it possible to prepare therapies that are of great benefit to the sick. Research continues to make a valuable contribution to eliminating old and new pathologies. Rehabilitation medicine has greatly expanded its expertise and skills. Therefore, we all need to increase our efforts to make the best use of this progress in beating cancer and in all areas, in the understanding of cancer, its prevention and early detection, its diagnosis and treatment, as well as ensuring quality of life for cancer patients, survivors, and their families. So for me, there is 3 key elements here: the role of data, the role of research, and the role of innovation. But let me start now with a few words on our European key initiatives to tackle cancer, namely Europe's Beating Cancer Plan and Horizon Europe Mission on Cancer. Where we are coming from, the Horizon Europe Mission on Cancer and the Europe's Beating Cancer Plan were co-developed from the start together with Commissioner Stella Kyriakides, setting a common agenda, aligning objectives, and building a joint governance at the European level. Their integration has become such that one cannot deliver without the other. And this is the key strength of these initiatives, but it is also their potential weakness. The question is how we can address this. Our answer is the active engagement with all concerned stakeholders to make sure that together we tackle cancer in a coordinated and collaborative manner. And the Cancer Mission is our new way to bring solutions by creating a portfolio of research and innovation, coordinated actions, combined with new forms of governance and collaboration. The 2 main objectives of the mission on cancer is to link research and health and to put the citizens at the heart of the initiatives. We have a missions board consisting of 15 experts, and its chair, Professor Walter Ricciardi, has a very special role. They have to promote the mission to the European citizens, but not only raising their awareness, but encouraging their engagement and co-creating solutions. Now, this brings me to my next question, what we are aiming to achieve. With our European initiatives on cancer, we hope to improve the lives of more than 3 million people by 2030 through prevention, care, and improving quality of life for patients and their families. We know this is an ambitious goal, but I think that only together we can continue to have idea, support, and most importantly, the willingness to make this happen. And the Cancer Mission supports the development of flagship initiatives aiming to better understand cancer and its causes, ensure equitable access to diagnosis and treatments, and improve the lives of patients. And I would like to give you here 2 examples of those initiatives. First, I would like to flag the importance of data. Currently, as much as 30% of the world's stored data is produced by health systems, providing a unique source to advance understanding of cancer. Yet, the health sector is lagging behind in exploiting that potential. Therefore, we are currently developing a strategic agenda and governance structure for UNCAN.eu, our flagship European Federated Cancer Research Data Hub. And the vision of the UNCAN.eu will be to combine patient health data with research data in an unprecedented scale, using existing efforts underway across the world, such as the International Cancer Genome Consortium or the new cancer imaging infrastructure launched 2 weeks ago. And we expect this initiative to lead to breakthrough in cancer prevention and treatment that will contribute to saving and improving cancer patients' life. But we are fully aware that that's not enough. That's why I think that that will be my plea. Let's think how together we can pool all this data and we can improve the access in order simply to advance on some of the solutions in a more rapid way. Secondly, how we help to improve the diagnosis and treatment. And here it's true that we are ambitious. We'll make it easier for member states to provide citizens with screening and cancer care that meets the standards set by the European guidelines and quality schemes. And that will be done by the new European network of national cancer hubs. We would like to have the same quality assurance to apply to training, research, and clinical trials across the Union. And through this European network of national cancer hubs, we aim to ensure access to state-of-the-art cancer diagnosis and treatment for 90% of the population in the European Union by 2030. Now, I would like to talk more about the existing challenges and our actions to tackle them. Thanks to the progress on early detection and diagnosis, effective therapies and supportive care, cancer survival rates have hugely increased in Europe. The number of cancer survivors is now estimated over 12 million in Europe, including around 300,000 childhood cancer survivors. While on one side we can rejoice in this situation, we should not ignore that the existing inequalities across the EU, both in terms of research and innovation capacity among member states and regions, as well as in terms of access to quality prevention and treatment for citizens and patients. And these inequalities in research and innovation performance hamper our ability to develop and scale up innovations that matter for cancer patients and their caregivers. In order to address that, via the European Innovation Council, we are supporting startups in the area of cancer and upscaling them to become leaders in breakthrough innovation. Since 2019, the European Innovation Council Accelerator Program has supported 37 companies. Now I think that there is 2 challenges. Of course, when we talk about innovation, we have to address the role of artificial intelligence. On one side, that can help the individualize the personalized medicine, but on the other, we know that artificial intelligence can reproduce bias, and we have to address this. That's the question of ethics. And we need to bring closer the European Research Council and the European Innovation Council in order to be sure that all the data or breakthrough that we have with fundamental research will be applied and deployed for the benefit of our citizens. And this leads me to the second type of inequalities I mentioned, inequalities related to cancer prevention and care between and within countries. About 40% of cancer cases in the European Union is preventable. Prevention is the most efficient long-term cancer control strategy. And in this respect, last December, the Council of the European Union adopted a new recommendation on cancer screening based on the latest scientific evidence. Now the question is how we can expand this globally, especially because we are talking about 3 very precise types of cancers. Let's start with that. We all know that there is more than 200 different, and we can't tackle all of them at the same time. But in order to identify disparities and inequalities between member states and regions, we have also established a European Cancer Inequalities Registry. In the World Cancer Week on 4th of February, we launched 29 country cancer profiles for each member state, plus Iceland and Norway, which highlight the key achievements and challenges in cancer prevention and care for each country. And these data will be key to allow us to guide targeted investments and interventions at European, national, and regional level. But of course, we need to maximize our actions. What could be done further? And that's my next question. I think that we need to continue exploring synergies with different initiatives to maximize on research innovation in various areas. Just a few days ago, I have proposed to develop a new initiative in the area of nuclear medicine, exploring future research and innovation actions to effectively bridge the gap to clinical use and making available secure, innovative therapies to patients. I know that it's always complex to talk about nuclear, but we have to preserve the excellence and the advancement in nuclear medicine. And in the upcoming 12 months, we are going to organize several workshops aiming to identify the challenges and the roadblocks from research to clinical use and how to address them through European research programs. I can already announce that the first workshop will be taking place in Ispra on 27th of April, and the topic will be translating radiotheranostic cancer research into clinical practice in Europe. Finally, and that's my last point, we must never forget that there are real life stories behind the statistical numbers. All of the actions and initiatives that I have mentioned to you today have the same objective, to help us better understand and tackle cancer in order to improve the lives of patients, their families, and their caregivers. And we must not forget that behind the figures, there are real experiences of cancer patients, cancer survivors, family members. And among those, I would like to mention young people. Young people are the beating heart of Europe and of the world, and their voice needs to be heard. Just a few weeks ago, I had the pleasure to address young cancer survivors, their parents, the caregivers, who are now part of a newly established European network of youth cancer survivors. And that's one of the most concrete initiatives of our mission on cancer. But through this network, which brings together over 40 partners from 25 European countries, we foster social engagement, peer and mental health support, and knowledge exchange to improve the quality of life. Following this February conference, we are planning a follow-up event in May 23, aiming to look specifically at the need for psychosocial support, which was identified as one of the key issues among the young cancer survivors and their families. And this work will feed into the upcoming Commission's communication on a comprehensive approach to mental health. Again, the role of research and innovation is crucial, but when we talk about mental health, maybe I would like very precisely to mention that the role of culture here is crucial too, and that's a completely unexplored field. Now, I would like to conclude altogether, these actions will certainly help us to have more collaboration, coordination between cancer stakeholders initiatives. And I think that that's the main message. We need more and more concerted efforts to improve the research, the life, and always to think about the concrete life experiences. And this brings me somehow to the starting point of my intervention, the importance of open and enriching dialogue, as well as active engagement. And that's what I would like to pass as message. Let's work together. Let's continue to join forces, because only together, by shaping and carrying out the actions and initiatives, we can beat cancer. Thank you very much. And again, that's a great honor for me to participate. I would like to wish a lot of enlightening discussions and bright exchanges. Thank you.